I'm the flyest nigga in the world. I'm the flyest nigga in the world. I'm the flyest nigga in the world.
Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a video Genshin Impact. My name is Ventus, and in this video I'm going to show you how I turned my KAEYA into a main DPS destroyer, able to burn monsters down even faster than Razor or D-Luck. My training dummies for this video will be a Pyro Regis Vine, a Ruin Guard, and a Electro Chieftain. In this first example, I'm using consumable items called Frosting Essential Oil and food designed to raise my crit rate. Always have these types of items ready to go if need be for faster burn on enemies, though even without these items, the setup is pretty insane. The team I have with KAEYA for this first Pyro Regis Vine are Changyang, Bennett, and Barbara. Now, Barbara starts this off by destroying the weak spot, and from there right into Bennett popping his elemental burst to raise all party members' attack, and as soon as that's done, I go right into Changyang activating his elemental skill and then his elemental burst, and directly following that switch over to KAEYA and pop his elemental burst, the Glacial Waltz, and then go crazy with basic attacks while hitting his elemental skill, the Frost Gnaw, as much as possible. The damage output is insane, and I destroyed this Regis Vine so fast that I got an achievement that was called That Was Blooming Hot, which means I defeated the Regis Vine without destroying its corona, that's the weak spot. I was able to do this because of both how KAEYA is set up and this team's abilities. First, let's take a look at KAEYA, the most important part of this. For his weapon, I use the Black Sword, the Battle Pass Sword. For its substat of Enhanced Crit Rate, which works perfectly with the artifact set that I have on him, the new gear set called the Blizzard Strayer. The 2-piece set adds a 15% bonus cryo damage, and the 4-piece set is very special. When KAEYA attacks an enemy that is cryo affected in this gear set, his crit rate is increased by 20%. The Black Sword already increased his crit rate by 25%, so now that's a 45% increased crit rate altogether. But there's more. If the opponent is frozen, the crit rate is then raised an additional 20%. Now, I don't think I've actually ever seen a Pyro Regis Vine become frozen, so I'm not sure if that additional 20% will apply here, but it will on our Ruin Guard, who is literally melted in seconds. And before you say it, I know that it'll pop up and it'll say that the Regis Vine is frozen, but I was like talking about, I haven't seen the Regis Vine like turn into ice and not move before. Along with this Blizzard Strayer 4-piece set, I have a Noblest Cup that increases cryo damage a further 34.8%. Always have a cup that increases your DPS's element. This is very important. I have 0 constellations for KAEYA, and his talents are not as high as I can make them for my current level, which is a testament to this build being disgusting. Now, if you'd like to pick up your own set of Blizzard Strayer gear, you must get it from the domain located at the top of Dragonspine, called Peak of Vendagnir. That sounds cool. Vendagnir. Alright, so the Changyang on this team is in a support/backup DPS role, but he could clearly take over as main DPS if I wanted him to. On this particular setup though, I have him using the Snow Tomb Star Silver Claymore, and his artifacts are the full Noblest set. Now, 2-piece of the Noblest artifact set grants a 20% boost to his elemental burst, and the 4-piece increases all party members' attack by 20% for 12 seconds after using an elemental burst. I have 3 constellations on Changyang, and his talent levels are level 6, 6, and 9. His elemental skill, the Layered Frost, is a large part of this KAEYA burn because all damage done with a sword inside Layered Frost is converted into cryo damage, which makes sure KAEYA can get that extra crit rate from his gear set. Next in this party is Bennett, who is using the flute, which from previous videos I've uploaded here on the channel, you know that the flute is the best weapon that I have for him when using his elemental burst, the Fantastic Voyage. The higher attack on Bennett means the higher the attack bonus from his Fantastic Voyage to the other members of the team. Now, keeping with the theme of higher attack on Bennett, I've got him with 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Brave. Both of these 2-piece sets raise his attack by 18% each. I've got 5 constellations on Bennett, and his Fantastic Voyage is at level 8, which allows a 90% of his attack score as a bonus to everybody else's attack score. In this gear, my Bennett's attack score is at 2070. And finally, rounding out this team is Barbara. She also has a pretty powerful role to play in this as well. Her weapon is the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, and its special ability raises the attack score of the next character to take the field after her by 48%. for me right now because I don't have the book any stronger. This translates into Bennett's attack score jumping from 2070 to 2367. I already checked and the numbers do go up. Like if you switch the characters out, you can literally see it. Meaning he raises everyone's attack score like even higher. The gear I have on Barbara makes her a combat healer with 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Maiden Beloved. I have 4 of her constellations, and just in case there are those of you out there who were like, hey, use the combo the other way and you want to see what it looks like to do it using Barbara first, into Chongyun with his full Noblest set using his ult, and then into Bennett with his fantastic Voyage, here you go. And look at that. The difference in damage is literally incredible. So much so that I had to do it with consumable enhancement. First, I used a crit rate increase item and a cryo damage boost item, and it does decent damage. Check this out. And then seeing that, I had to try Jade Parcels with Cryo Boost. Now, Jade Parcels, if you don't know it, it raises your attack score by 320, and it raises crit rate by another 10%. And look at these numbers. KAEYA is literally a monster. He is strong enough to literally one phase this Regis Vine. I have never done that before on this game, ever, with any character. That's insane. Alright, so this next showcase, it switches out Chongyun for Song Chu, the one-handed sword Hydro user. His Rain Cutter Elemental Burst works in concert with KAEYA's Elemental Burst, so that KAEYA will not only have ice revolving around his body, but also water daggers as well to give him like a Hydro element. Now, I give Song Chu the Noblest 4-piece set, so when he uses his ultimate, his Elemental Burst, it will raise the attack bonus of other characters now too. The damage here is still insane. Now, just as an FYI, I tried it both ways. Bennett after Barbara before Song Chu, which is what you're seeing. And then I tried it the other way. Song Chu after Barbara, but before Bennett. Damage is still godlike no matter how you flip it. And then finally, I had to test this setup using Albedo, using the full Noblest set, because Albedo has been like my main DPS for the last week because of all the testing and videos that I've been making on him. Now, as you know, Albedo's Solar Isotoma deals extra Geo damage every 2 seconds whenever it's on the field, and his Elemental Burst is just insane here. It wasn't like a one phase on the Pyro Regis Vine, but it was damn close. I'm going to close this video out showing you both KAEYA and Chongyun are ice users using both 2-piece Noblest set and 2-piece of the Blizzard Strayer set, just in case you were curious about what it looked like. Now, if you have any questions or general feedback, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. And if you stayed this long in the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for me, and check out some of the other Genshin Impact videos I've uploaded here on this channel. There's a link to a playlist to a Genshin Impact videos at the end screen. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day, and enjoy KAEYA now, because he's literally insane like this. I actually might make him my main DPS.